Good evening, everybody, and I'm Noreen McClendon, and this is another session of Free to Heal, where we are formerly incarcerated and loved ones, and we come together every week to heal the ravages and all the things that mass incarceration has done. Our attempt and our purpose is to be better than the last time that we got together, and we're real fortunate to have each other. Now, folks a little crazy sometimes. Some of us are not. Crazy. Come on, y'all. Well, at least some of us say we're not. But you know, sometimes that's what happens when you put in a system. And when you are subjected to a system that is designed to produce that. Sometimes it actually works. And I like to say that's an experiment that went extremely well. Mass incarceration did exactly what it was intended to do. It destroyed families and everything else and created a lot of cheap labor inside. But I digress. What I want to talk about tonight, because again, our purpose is to be better. And one of the things that is required for us to improve is for us to work on ourselves. We cannot, I said this the other day, as long as I'm doing this, I'm never going to solve the problem of these three fingers that's pointing back at me because I'm focusing in the wrong direction. There is no way for me to point to me and not have the fingers come to me. It's a simple illustration, right? But if I'm pointing to me, they're always going to come to me. There's no way, you know what I'm saying, for me to, right? So the issue for me is always me. If I want to solve my problems, I need to deal with me. I can't keep looking at you, no matter how I cut it. The solutions to Noreen are in her. They're not in.
Goddamn right.
Wait a minute, hold on. Who we got there? What's happening?
I said you goddamn right. The solutions lay in Noreen. So get it together.
And I got that, baby. Got that, Shorty. How you doing?
I'm blessed.
Good. Glad to have you with us. So,
Glad to be here.
For tonight, again, the topic is self-evaluation and self-valuation. So the first thing we need to do is take inventory of us. We need to look at us. We need to think about the things that if we look at our lives and we don't like what we see, it's our responsibility to change it.
Noreen, can you say what the topic is again?
Self-evaluation and self-valuation.
Okay, gotcha. I just want to make sure I was hearing right.
Right?
Why Tony looking like?
Huh? What happened? Hi.
I said, why is Tony looking like that?
Looking like what, Tony?
What up, my brothers back there?
Tony. Man. Terrell's trying to find out why you looking like that.
It's the best.
I think that's as much as you're gonna get, sir.
I see. What's up, brothers? I was starting to come down there too, but I had to come back home.
You know what? We don't want to hear that. We could care less because you're not here. Okay. Are we clear now? Okay, because
my bad.
What do we care about what all you was gonna do?
Pardon me for the interruption.
Just so you could see me real clearly about what all you was gonna do.
Look, I'm
gonna shut your mouth. He said he gonna shut the fuck up, y'all. Y'all better mark. What's today's date? What? What's today's date? Because look, what I'm trying to tell y'all, y'all better mark it on your calendar because it may not come again. We got the 6th of August, 20 and 24. Okay. Terrell said he was gonna shut the fuck up. That's a good day, y'all. That's hilarious. So again, self-valuation and self-evaluation and self-valuation. One being taking an assessment of yourself, who you are, where you are, what you like about yourself, what you don't. what you like about your circumstances, what you don't, what you need to change them. And the other one is self-worth, which is something only you can decide. Anytime we let somebody else decide our worth, trust me, we coming up short. Because the best price for them is free. That means they don't have to invest nothing. Okay? So it is up to us to establish our value and what we're willing to invest in somebody and what we want invested in us. And I had to learn that there has to be some investment of time, energy, intellect, resources, or something, even to have access to me. I didn't used to believe that. I didn't used to practice it for sure. And what wound up happening is I was depleted because I was a place to get and you didn't have to deposit. You didn't have to give nothing. Cause I like being nice. I like helping people. I like being friendly. Drive my son crazy. I could talk to anybody. You take me anywhere, I'll strike up a conversation with anybody.
She do. I'm talking about she do. Everywhere we go.
I don't, excuse me, little lady, I don't think that they needed.
So they was asking.
No, I didn't hear nobody asking for the cosign.
Terrell probably said he just said out loud. She do.
Terrell said what?
See, this is what happened. See, so
I said I was gonna shut the F up, and you
and this is what I'm saying. So I said
they want to poke the bear
body and the peanut gallery back here. I'm like, she do, and I said, did nobody need? And I said, did nobody ask her to co-sign? And she said Terrell probably did, but he just didn't say nothing. That one is convenient. Now all of a sudden they want you to talk to Terrell.
I see. Just throw me under the bus when it's convenient. I'm cool with that.
Okay, you've been thrown under many buses before, huh? This
Man, I got a whole lot of tiger tracks and tiger marks. Got birthmarks on my head, all that shit.
Up under there.
I was getting beat up all the time, so I'm used to it.
So you know what I say, Terrell? I always say this: just put it in the pile of the shit I'm supposed to be responsible for. When it comes to the top, I take responsibility for that too. My tenants, they move in and they don't have no car or whatever. They pay their rent on time. They go get a car. Now they don't pay the rent. They get ready to get evicted, but it's my fault. It's my fault. I be like, well, wait a minute. I didn't tell you to go buy the car, but put it in the pile.
You're supposed to let me ride. You're supposed to have understanding that I need that car to do what I need to do to pay your rent. And sometimes I'm going to be a little late. So you're going to have to just accept that, boss lady. Or I'm going to just squat and don't pay you nothing. And then I'm going to use some help. No, I'm just.
So what's about to happen? Wait, no, but you know that's the thought, though, Terrell. You do know that's what they think. And
I didn't mean to trigger you like that. Okay, I apologize.
Yeah, you dancing on my damn triggers, Terrell, because you know that's what they say. You do know, right? And it's like, well, wait a minute. Okay, how about you tell it to the judge? It's called the unlawful detainer court. Go tell the people about that. I don't want to hear that. Because guess what? Then they're going to be mad if it ain't no water on. If the water to the building gone. See, now you're mad about that. But see, I don't play one like that. So anyway, back to the topic at hand. Self-evaluation. It is usually the last place that people want to go. We don't want to look at our flaws. We don't want that mirror thrown up in the face.
I know I said I was gonna shut the fuck up, but why?
Right, we knew you wasn't, man.
But what happened?
I said I was gonna shut the fuck up, but why?
Try to believe that.
They know better. So look, we have to we got to say to ourselves, okay, what am I doing that's contributing?
We or I?
No,
these I statements or these we statements?
No, we all have to say this to ourselves. In the context, let me finish this sentence. And then you could jump.
I'm zipping it right now.
With your wait, Mr. Potato Head. Wait.
Y'all
You know,
funny.
I just don't understand why you like being beat up on like that. Maybe because they threw you under the bus all the time and
Cause
you
I look,
see
cause
that.
I'm over here. I'm untouchable over here. They can't do nothing to me.
But this is what you need to know. We'll find you. Do you understand that? Okay.
Because listen, my address is in the yellow pages, the blue book, all of that good stuff. So I ain't running from. I ain't scared of you, motherfuckers.
You know what I think? I think you just too stupid to be scared. And I think, and you know what I'm saying? I think you missed it. I don't think you even know how to do it. That's what I think.
That's running with the devil all them years. I don't have any fear anymore.
See, that's a tragedy, ain't it? It's a tragedy. It's a tragedy.
So I'm gonna shut up. Like I said 5 minutes ago, stop messing with me. Stop poking the bear.
I was okay. All right. So look, I'm gonna go on and take the pin off and okay. And now you stay over there in that little box right there, okay? Because the more he interrupt, we can't get to the situation of the matter of fact at hand, okay? Now, again, in order to be better and in order to solve any issues, challenges that we have, we gotta look at where the problem starts. People who have a series of bad relationships, the one thing that's consistent in all those relationships is that person. All the bad ones I had, I was in all of them. It wasn't Tony and some, and I would know that was me.
Okay,
You feeling picked on, baby?
I do.
It's love taps. Got you, huh? Got you good, didn't I?
You know she was ready for a comeback.
See, you gotta love on them. See, love is the thing that's gonna cure it all. And because I do love her, I can be truthful and say they was love taps.
Think you get more flies with honey? They gonna get
Well, yeah, and more bees, more bees, more flies. The flies tend to flock to shit. The bees want the honey. So I'm trying to get the bees. I'm trying to be with the bees. They're gonna be stuck. I'm trying to get to the fact that.
Okay. Let me go ahead and say it. What you have to do, because what's the hardest thing to do is to tell yourself the truth. You can tell yourself a whole bunch of lies to make you look good and to make you feel good. But telling yourself the truth is the hardest thing to do. And that's number one thing for healing. The first thing you have to do is tell yourself the truth. I was here. I did this. I showed up. I participated.
That one hurts.
I have to say that to me. To me. Now, when I can tell myself that, then guess what? Now I can start making, what's your other word you said? Respiration to do better for me.
Yeah, for you.
For me.
Because it's not.
I'm not talking about my neighbors. I don't know that lady. I'm talking about me. And when I can tell myself, hey, this is what you did, Diane. This is where you was at, Diane. This is how you participated in all of the foolishness that you was complaining about, but you still participate. You showed up every time when the hogwash was going on. It was you, but guess what? It was me. When I can say that to me and be honest with me, now I can start getting me together.
Right, because what happens when you acknowledge that, and that's so powerful, is that now you know what not to do again. Mm-hmm. If you don't learn nothing else but what not to do again, now you know what you did so you could figure out, okay, so the book is called Hurt People Highway. You see the road down, it's a road. And all back here is institutions. They're the penitentiary, the cemetery, mental facilities, all kinds of hospitals. Because when you stay on this road and you continue to do these things and you never say to yourself, it's me, you don't know how to get off of it. You stay on it too long. You stay in relationships you shouldn't be in. You continue to participate in things that you shouldn't be doing because you're not willing to admit that they're not good for you.
So, I'll say something?
Please. And then, yes.
Would it be because you're in self-denial?
Oh, usually. Usually it is because we're in denial, and I do see your hand, Terrell. Usually it is because we're in self-denial. We're in denial. We don't even want to admit that there is a problem a lot of times. And so in this same book, I wrote about the most painful relationship that I had ever been in. And the guy, he's deceased now, but last Wednesday, I had lunch with his son. And he and I talked, and there were so many things that we didn't know about what was going on at the time. And we talked about things that we thought we knew certain things about him and about us, but we find out we didn't know a lot of things. Part of it is because we looked the other way, right? We are, if we want to heal, we got to start telling ourselves the truth about what the situation is. We can no longer deny and what it takes to heal from what I have found that works for me.
Take the word "but" out your conversation.
Well, that helps too. What I found was the biggest contributor for me was to treat those emotional traumas and the result from them like an addiction. And in any addiction, what's the first thing you got to do? You got to admit there's a problem.
But, sometimes too, not interrupting, but I think it's sometimes fear. It's a lot of fear and insecurity that you don't want to look at who you really are, and you continue to turn the other way, continue to tolerate what's going on with you. I mean, that's what I see.
And we mask.
Yeah, we mask.
So we put on the face, but this is the cold part about the mask.
Yeah.
The mask look like this. Remember we talked about this before, Terrell? The mask look like this. We swear up and down, we hide. Yeah, we see everything about you. Because this the mask, and we all covered it. No, sweetie, we still see you, right? So, and I'm gonna land and I'm gonna come right to you, Terrell. But the thing of it is that the first thing, I want to make this full point, and then I'll let you speak, which is in order for me to heal from those things, I had to treat it like an addiction. The first thing was I had to admit that there was a problem. Then I had to admit that I couldn't handle it. I couldn't manage it. But what I had to do was I had to stop doing what I was doing. The first thing an alcoholic need to do is stop drinking. Then if you really want to heal the wound, then you're going to start digging deeper to find out, why did I drink in the first place? What was I running from something? Was I masking pain? What was I doing? And then you can uproot the problem. Terrell, you remember what you wanted to say? But I just wanted to get that full thought out.
Yeah, I just wrote it down before I forgot. And I was just going to go off of what you were saying about, when people recognize that they got an issue or they got an addiction. It's one thing to recognize it, but it's another thing to get the tools. And see, those are the things that a lot of us in society miss. Didn't get the tools. Yeah, I want to change, but I don't know how to change. Yeah, I want to change, but nobody's going to show me how to change. Yeah, I want to change, but there's no group or nothing that's going to help me change. So when you want to change and you identify some things, but you don't know where to get the tools from to change those things, guess what? You're going to resort back to the same shit because you're stuck in a clusterfuck pretty much. You know what I mean? Because you want to change, but you don't have the tools to change. And that's why I commend people when they go to groups, the brothers that come out, the sisters that come out, they go to groups. It's a betterment. And what my cards say, building up a healthy introspective, because it starts in the core, in the roots. You know what I'm saying? Because that's where you have to start the healing first, but you got to recognize it.
Yeah.
And I was just talking to my friend today. It's like a lot of things that we say, that's normal. We used to do this. No, a lot of shit today is going down. And you can't expect, that's white people stuff. Oh, no. Just like I put on my thing. Love pulled me through everything that was hateful in my life. That's what got me through prison. You know what I'm saying? Love, you know what I'm saying? And the love of the creator. So, I want to hear what them people got to say, though. I want to hear what these people got to say. I want to hear what they got to say. Let's get to them.
So this is what I want to say about what you just said.
Mm-hmm.
People want change, but they don't want to be the one to change.
Damn, that's
They want change as long as it means that they don't have, doesn't mean that they have to change.
mm,
And this is, and what that generates is this statement, well, it's just how I am.
mm-hmm.
I think people say that too, because like he just said, they don't know how to change.
Of course not.
If you don't know how to change, you're not going to change. So like that, that's what a lot of people say, but they're not. They don't know.
You know, two biggest things, the two hardest things for the human being to do: ask for help and change.
Yes.
Next to public speaking. But those two things are the biggest thing, intuition, that as people in human behavior, the hardest thing.
Because I don't want to ask for help, so I mask that I'm okay. And I'm not. Right?
Yes.
Behind here is a bunch of tears and it's a hot mess back here. But it's harder for me to want to step out and say, I need help. I don't know how to change. I want to change, but I don't know how. Or I'm afraid, because one of the things that we fear most is the unknown. So I know people who have been living in dysfunctional relationships and lifestyles for decades. They know how to fight. They know how to live in that dysfunction. But when something good comes, they have no idea what to do. And so what they do is they generate dysfunction so that they can feel comfortable again.
And they push it away from them, push something good away from them.
All the
And
time.
stay with the dysfunctional stuff.
All the time. Why? Because this is familiar. I know what to do here. I don't know what to do when it's good, and I don't know how to, and now I'm feeling these feelings and it feels different and strange. I've never felt this kind of good before. Wait a minute. I don't know what that is. I don't know what I'm supposed to do over there. So let me just go back the other way. Let me start a fight.
Can I ask everybody on this question? I'm on this podcast a question.
Mm-hmm.
Does everybody on here feel a little turn in the universe, in the energy right now? Do y'all feel that? Or is it just me and a couple of other people?
Oh, it's a season of change. It's definitely, it's a lot going on for a lot of things, Terrell. Yes, I do.
I'm just asking everybody on here because I know I'm not tripping, but I want to ask them how they feel, because I feel a lot of energy is shit is just changing. It's like unknown. It's just like where this shit coming from, but it's like you don't know, but I feel it, and a lot of other people feel it too. So I was just trying to see if any of you guys feel.
So let me let them go ahead and respond.
Like Noreen said last week, when you said that things are different, you're getting a new feel.
Say that again.
Last week you said the atmosphere, not just you, but out in society, was changing. And you're right. When I started asking for help, when I started working with the doctors and with school, we're in a new atmosphere. We're not in society is out to get us. We come out of prison, we're paranoid. That's normal for us. You're paranoid, meaning friends and loved ones, because you don't want us to fail. But now that politics has settled down a little bit, things are more stable, the economy isn't great, but it's not worse. There's a new atmosphere out there. And the new atmosphere is, with help and friends, we can do better as individuals, and the environment of society is better. To put it in simple words, we give a shit about ourselves, and society is starting to give a shit about us. Why do you waste money with incarceration? Why do you waste money with putting people in these certain jobs that they're not happy with? And then the economy in this sector or that sector falls apart because you got the wrong people in the jobs, you got the wrong mental thinking, and you said it yourself, and we talk about this all the time. Insanity is doing the same thing over and over again that doesn't work.
Expecting a
For
different
50 years, we've been doing the same stuff that doesn't work.
Awesome.
Now things have to change. COVID taught us that. When COVID happened and people backed off, they go, wait a minute, certain things because of COVID got better. People realized, well, I'll go work this 9-to-5 job that I hate. So they sat back.
Yep.
And then, California, yeah, we're liberal, and yeah, we have shitty laws, but It's the way California legislates are trying,
Awesome, thank
and
you.
we're trying.
Yeah, we are. Yeah, we are. We're trying, and it is, and changes in the air. You wanted to say something, Chester?
No, I just wanted to say the same thing what he said. I think change it has a lot to do with the people you hang around as well to help you want to change too. So you have to change your people as well as you're thinking. And that's just plain and simple. If you hang around negative people, you're gonna continue to do negative things.
Absolutely, because what you focus on and the people you hang around is your focus.
I changed my whole address.
Uh,
So somebody asked me a question.
Okay, you just changed the whole address. Just forget it. The whole circle, the whole everything. Just moved
I
on.
got a whole new area code, baby.
Okay.
I'm just saying, talk to me.
Right, literally, right? Literally. But that is what has to happen. We have to be willing to make that change. But again,
Scary.
it is very scary because we don't know what's on the other side. But the tragedy is the longer we drag our feet trying to get through that process, the more trauma we put ourselves and we subject ourselves to. So the beauty is that if we can ever, this is something else that I've learned, is we don't want to be vulnerable by asking for help. But when we do, we wind up getting the love. People, it opens the door for people to help us and love on us when we need it. And Tony, something, I must have stepped on your toe. What happened? Talk to me. Cause did y'all see that look on her face? I stepped all on something. I don't know what, but I know I did.
No, I mean, just in.
Oh yeah, no, something happened, didn't it, Roberta? No, you heard that voice?
Ooh.
Did you hear the voice? The voice changed, the whole thing. Okay, something happened. What? Talk to me. What's happened? What's going to happen?
Oh, you got the Walmart picture.
It just, what you said resonated with me. You know, I am a heavy entertainer,
Okay.
and it's funny, you know, everything culminated to the baby shower.
Mm-hmm.
It probably was 1,000 of us getting that baby shower together, but it's my, you know, my friends, my circle, and you know, you talk about you being, you know, that friendly person.
Mhm.
I'm about as friendly as a bee and shit. Okay, I'm not.
Yeah,
I
probably
know-
friendly like this or something. I don't know.
I'm not, and I know that I'm not, and I'm, you know, super standoffish, but my friends are thick, and you know, as few as they are, they can spread themselves wide and envelop me. And for me, whenever I'm having an event, my mind is so large, it's always super califragilistic, and they come in the door, putting this up, taking this, doing that. And it's just funny, just what you said, I just think back to the baby shower and the wall and the baby shower falling, and my friends grabbing the wall and holding the wall up as I was sitting there cursing this man's soul out, because what happened was the wall fell and everybody saw the trash can, and I almost had a nip shit. Because that was the reason why I put the damn wall up.
The flower wall, duh.
My friends are so, I mean, even Roberta was at my house falling asleep, gluing flowers on that damn wall.
Flowers, sure.
Okay, so she knows.
Cheryl, you remember that? Wait. Cheryl, you was there holding the wall up.
But I'm always I can do it, and I grew up, and the chuckle is my friends versus my uncles. My uncles would put me up to shit, and I would always be, I can do it. I got to be 2 years old trying to drag that phone book. If anybody's in their 50s, they know how big that damn phone book for Los Angeles was. The yellow page and the white page was huge. You know, it was a chuckle, because I do receive the most love in those moments where I'm in that, I can do it phase, you know, and they're like, you know, bitch, please put that down. Where's it?
Oh, but let me get this. Oh, but let me go get this.
Let me take off my jacket. What do you need? And then all of a sudden, the event is done, you know. And,
Voila.
It was just fun. It's just fun.
Yeah.
It was just a
Personal chuckle, personal little chuckle.
It is in those moments, I am always the person that I create the most ridiculous events, and it's always something I'm trying to figure out, and they always come to my rescue.
Okay.
Always come to and I don't, my mind says I don't need, my mind says I am entertaining them because I'm huge. My parties are interactive. We do all this crazy stuff. I'm doing the entertaining, but they come in and they get the enjoyment out of helping me because they go, you know, just if you just take a value and relax your mind, there we all probably be okay.
And that's what I was gonna say is that it is out of love for you, and when you allow somebody, see, people don't realize that you shut yourself off from the help that you really want. He did. Yay.
They always help Tony because they know Tony was funny.
Yay. She let us in.
But understanding that was not easy for her to do.
Right, absolutely not. It wasn't easy, but what we do is wait, I'll come right to you, Terrell, in a second. What we do is we don't the help that we need, we don't realize by trying to hide the fact that we need the help, we push the help away. We repel it. I can this is the common scenario. Walking down the street, hey Tony, how you doing? I'm fine. And no, you're not. Well, what that did was it told the person, oh, they're fine. They don't need anything. If you had said, I am really having a bad day today, they would stop and say, is there anything I could do? I hope it gets better. You look beautiful. Maybe it'll get like anything, words of encouragement. But when we basically, and listen to this, y'all, lie.
A lie.
It's a lie.
But you know what?
Wait. It's a lie.
Go ahead.
It's a lie. And when we lie, we prevent, it's a wall we put up. That's the wall we put up that prevents us from having what we really need and what we crave at that particular moment. Okay, go ahead, Terrell.
I was just going to say this. Some people say they're fine, and some people lie in mass because when they did let somebody in, they were damaged. And so saying I'm fine is better than saying no, if something is wrong. Then somebody saying, well, shit, well, what happened? Well, what's going on? Because, you know, I'm just going to say black people. We're questioning negative development. Look, I'm not doing too good. Instead of it being concerned, now it goes into antagonizing or you getting interrogated. Well, what happened? What did you do? And how did it? Nigga, I said I'm fucked up. Can you help me? Don't be trying to dig and say what happened and find fault in me. But this is why some people say I'm cool, I'm straight, I don't need a motherfucker help. Because that didn't happen to some of us before.
I want to offer you another perspective on that because there's one footnote to that I got to give you.
Give it to me.
It doesn't matter the reason we say that. It's still a damn lie.
Oh, yeah, most definitely.
Right? It's still a damn lie. It's a lie. It's a lie. Okay, so that doesn't change. But it is understandable if you think you don't want help. But the reason usually that we're messed up is because it's a vicious cycle because we're not letting, and the fear of somebody using it against us, that is where the wisdom comes in and that we need to develop. I know for me, I had to learn who to share with and those kinds of things. And it's not always the time or the place either, right? So there are reasons not to share it, but the point of this right now is to say where we cut ourselves off is where we really need to help. And when we do that by just shining it on for whatever reason and telling that lie, that we're fine and we're not, we cut ourselves off from the possibility of getting the kind of attention, assistance, and love that we need in that particular moment. And so
we
these
never had the
are
help.
things that we do. And again, and if we not bold enough to say, I'm fucked up, but I don't want to talk about it right now, because that's always an option too, right? I'm messed up and I don't want to talk about it right now. We do this. We mask. And we put on Russia, and really we're not fine. Because we don't want nobody to see that part. But guess what? That's the part that need to love. That's the part that need to salve. It's like going to the doctor and telling them that your foot hurt and really it's a pain in your side. But you don't want them to, because you don't want them to see the fat roll on your stomach on your side. So you don't want to pull up your shirt. So you go in and talk about, I need some pain meds for my ankle. What? They ain't gonna never get to fixing the problem with the fat roll or the side pain, because you got them looking at something else. So
What everybody has to do is stop being ashamed of yourself.
oh my gosh, okay. Shame is a killer.
Stop.
Shame is a killer. That is one thing that I got over, that I'm so glad I got over in my 20s. I'm not ashamed of shit. Anything I think I'm going to be ashamed of, I just don't do it. I don't do it. I also have done some shit that I probably should have been ashamed for, but I wasn't. And was glad to say, yeah, I did that. That was me. Yeah, I did that. That was me. Why? Because I chose to do that at that time. And I'm a grown ass woman. I could do whatever I want to do. I did that. Okay. Uh-oh, they back to getting in trouble. Miss Tony, what you doing? Uh-oh, wait. What you say, Terrell? Wait.
I wanted to hear what I think George has something to
Going on
say.
back there? I want to know too what happened back there.
George has something to say. George is look like he was about to say something.
You said what, Terrell?
I said it looked like George wanted to speak on something, but we had
Oh,
cut him
George,
off.
did you want to say something? George? Hi, George. Go ahead. Unmute. Unmute, George.
Okay, there you go. I was gonna say it, and when you were talking about it, I could relate to the shame, and I can relate to turn around and never asking for help. I thought I was too proud. I was a man. I was supposed to be able to handle I was supposed to be able to handle my situation, my relationships. I'm the man. I'm in charge of the woman. You know what I mean? I mean the whole thing. As you were talking, I was thinking, man, that was me. And I'm not supposed to ask for help. And it for years. I mean, it was all the way to when I was 51 and went going to prison. Then, as I went to groups, then I realized and thought to myself, and not right away. After about 10 years, when I finally decided to understand the groups, then it dawned on me, man, I am so wrong in my life. But it's just like everybody, and I can see society right now. Everybody's in the same boat. You know, you're a man. You're supposed to take care of your own problems, and it's too. What you're saying is right, but to have people get to their mind and get to their heart and understand love, it's too hard because we go in the family. You know what I mean? It's all around us. You know what I mean? And for them people, for you to explain it to somebody, it's too hard. Stubborn minded, and I live that. Now I'm just like you. What you were saying. Sometimes it's nice to be polite people, but in this society, the way it is now, people don't want to say hi to me. People ignore me. And I can understand. I mean, look what I'm right here on 54th Street in Vermont. Man, it's just nobody wants to look at each other. Nobody wants to talk to each other because something could happen. But I understand, and it's sad. And I found a good church over there. Over there by Venice and Hoover. I found a good church, and I like going to church. But I got a heart, and I understand, and I know how the people feel, and it's hard to try and communicate with others to share. That's why I needed a church, because and then some of the guys that called me from prison, some of my good brothers that have hearts, I try to share with them. Man, it's got a different world out here. It's a crying shame. But I like how you're talking, and you're right. But it takes over and over I hate to say it, but you know, for a person like a man, like I was myself, was, and how a lot of people are, it's hard to get past that barrier. And it's a crying shame because I know how stubborn it is and how much people we hurt in all our relationships, even with family and stuff. It's so hard that I wish everybody could open up their heart just for a couple minutes to feel the real love that you're talking about.
Yeah.
Feel the real love. I mean, really inside the heart, inside the mind, to understand. And if people start understanding the Bible or read it a little bit or have a good pastor that explains it, they can maybe think, hey, maybe there's something there. And it's so sad that not enough people did. But finally, this last time, God opened up my heart, my soul, after years, not just right away, after years, He blessed me. He blessed me to understand the Bible, and I understand. It's just a crying shame. I can't run across the people, like even the halfway house where I'm at. I try to talk about God and stuff like that, and I can see the negativity. People want to do their own thing, and I understand. It's something like I hate to say this, but in the Bible it says you're not supposed to be arguing with a person that likes misery, and they turn around and they share each other, and they could be attacking me. But I understand, and it's better not to argue with a fool because I'll be foolish to argue with them. And I have it in my heart, and I thank God that I have the understanding enough to where I have the wisdom to walk away and not argue. You know what I mean? But if there's
You know what I found?
anybody that I could talk to and share with, oh, I love it. I love talking about my God.
And you know what I
It's just
found
the idea.
out
I know about your
is,
love.
and what I found out, George, is they're miserable and I'm in peace. I sleep well and they don't. So ain't no sense to be arguing with them.
Thank you, Lord.
Go ahead and be miserable. Because me
Yeah.
arguing with them is only gonna make me upset. And they not listening anyway. So what difference does it make? Let them go ahead and be miserable. Thank you for sharing that, George. I appreciate
Oh,
it.
thank you. And thank you for inviting me to say something. Thank you. God bless you.
Anytime.
You're good.
Please, anytime, because we want Terrell to shut up. And if you talk, then Terrell ain't talking.
But it touches my heart to hear you talking. You know what I mean? I kind of wish I could be over there where you're at, wherever you're at. I kind of wish I could be there in person, you know, to participate.
You got
That
to
way,
actually,
when we're
you'll
done.
be there one day. You'll be there sooner than later. Don't trip.
Well, what was you gonna say?
Yeah,
Terrell?
yeah. That way I could turn around and kick you for a little bit and talk with you guys. You know what I mean? It'd be cool. That's when you can feel it.
Absolutely.
Hey,
All
George,
right, thank you.
George,
Uh-huh.
George, I want to ask you this question. You said it took you a while, right? So in the time that it took you before you got touched, before God touched your heart, and you wanted to change, after you made that change, how did you transition that to the new you and accepting
Oh,
that?
it's a whole different life. It's a whole completely different person. A different life. Different life. I don't even want to go back. No drinking, no smoking, no cussing. People ask me, hey, you got a lighter? I said, I don't smoke. You know, they look at me all strange. No, completely different. And all I want to do is good and help others. Sometimes I go on the streets and I see somebody laying down. I don't mind going to give them a few bucks. And I thank God I have the bucks to give them or to help others. You know what I mean?
You know
It's a
what else?
blessing. It's a blessing.
You know what else it is? This is the thing, George. We have the reward of having life and being forged through the fire and being left for dead. And now we can come home and we can be light and beacon for other people that's never been where we've been, never been through what we've been through, and still have that love. So love conquers everything. And just to continue to just stay
I
happy
agree.
and do you, bro, because you're that light. You're that light that people see. And even though they might not speak to you, they see your aluminum light around you. You know what I'm saying? And some of them might have the devil in them. That's why they're not speaking to you, because they're not going to fuck with you.
Yeah, I agree. Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
And also,
You're welcome.
you know, people's pains are the same oftentimes, whether the challenges to health and peace are the same whether people have been incarcerated or not. And sometimes, a lot of times I find that people who have been incarcerated think that only they understand certain things. No, the principles remain the same. It's just the circumstances often look different. But the trauma is the same. The way to heal is the same. You know, the whole machismo.
No, it ain't. No, it ain't.
Brothers.
It ain't the same. It ain't the same.
Listen,
It's not the same.
no, the principles.
It ain't the same.
The
You
no, the
weren't
principal
locked
gonna
down in
say,
the box
I'm
for
gonna
30
mute
days.
him. I'm
You weren't locked
muting him.
down in
Look,
the box. It's
I'm-
not the same.
I'm gonna mute you, Terrell. I'm gonna mute you. Watch this. Click.
If I wasn't strong and walking in the direction I'm walking in, I would have folded.
Mm-hmm.
I wouldn't be no help for myself or him.
Right.
But by me walking in the direction I'm walking in, I can walk him through what he was going through at that moment. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? So I don't have to be locked up
Yeah,
to understand that. You know what I'm saying?
I don't think,
No, because you can be locked up in the mind. That's all I was saying.
But being free, people go.
They got something to say. They got something to say back here.
All went through that same trauma and wound up in prison, just some of us didn't.
Right.
Exactly. That's
Right.
Murder
Wound up
speaking.
there. Yeah, because that was the result. Go ahead. Go ahead, Rufus.
I just want to know what he meant, because I don't know what he meant by it. But maybe he did.
What he meant, what, when he said what? To say what? That,
You have to be fair.
What Rufus say?
Which is, you have to be in jail, it's not the same.
Locking it.
oh, he wanted to understand what you meant when you said it's not the same.
Okay, what I mean by that is the physical, the psychological, the emotional, that when you go to jail and get stripped away from your loved ones, your mama, your daddy, your kids, your sister, your brother, it's not the same as being on the street and being in prison in your mind. You see what I'm saying?
I totally disagree. And I totally disagree. I totally disagree. No, okay, wait, let me.
Because
wait,
you disagree
I'm gonna-
because
wait,
you
I'm
haven't
gonna
been
let- I'm
taken
gonna
away
let-
from that.
I'm gonna let Rufus go ahead and finish and land, okay?
No, that was just my take on it. You know what
I
I'm saying?
understand, we understand.
But I know we have similar pains, yes.
I just want to make sure before I commented on it that he.
Comment on it, brother.